Atman, the Soul of Yoga. Chapter 1. Asana. James H. Exum, aka Yogi Sakshi. Copyrighted July 30th, 2026. Austin, Texas. All rights reserved. Asana is traditionally defined as the seated posture, used for meditation, from the Sanskrit meaning seat. The term is now commonly used to refer to any physical hatha yoga posture found in all styles of yoga practice, such as vinyasa, ashtanga, restorative, and bikram. In Sanskrit, asana is often used as a suffix in the name of a pose. Although asana is now the most popular aspect of yoga, it is considered to be only one small part of the tradition of yoga as a whole. Yogapedia Dictionary, July 2026. Before the seeker can enter the subtler chambers of yoga, before Atman may be spoken of with any dignity, the body must first be brought to its base, seat. This is the meaning of asana, not merely a posture, nor simply a pleasing arrangement of limbs, but the deliberate making of a still place wherein the restless instrument of flesh may cease its rebellion and become a servant of the inward light. Patanjali, author of the Yoga Sutras, gives the matter with holy economy. Sthira sukham asana. The posture is steady and comfortable. Yet within this brief phrase is hidden a full discipline. Steadiness without comfort becomes strain. Comfort without steadiness becomes sleep. The true yogic seat is a melding of the two, a poised condition in which the body no longer clamors for attention and the mind may begin its higher work. Therefore, the student must not mistake the shadow for the substance. The modern world has made of yoga a spectacle of flexibility, a display of health, beauty, and bodily accomplishment. These things may have their place, and may even be helpful to those beginning the road, but they are not the road itself. Asana, in its oldest and most sacred sense, is preparation for meditation, a training of the human frame so that the breath may be quiet, the nerves may soften, and the mind may turn inward toward the eternal witness. Origins and purpose. In the long history of the practice, the asanas have been counted, named, renamed, preserved, and newly invented. Some belong to the ancient stream, some to medieval hatha yoga, and many now familiar to the Western student are comparatively modern. This need not trouble us. The outer forms change as cultures change, yet the inward principle remains. The body is trained so that it may no longer be an obstacle to concentration. The old teachers understood that the body, when left untended, becomes a noisy companion. It aches, hungers, fidgets, tires, and distracts. But when disciplined with patience, it becomes a place of quietude. The spine rises like a pillar, the breath moves like a smooth tide, the senses withdraw from their scattering, and the aspirant begins to perceive that yoga is not gymnastics, but the science of inward return. This is why the names of the postures sometimes borrow from animals, sages, heroes, plants, and gods. The yogin, assuming these forms, is reminded that the same universal breath moves through the whole realm of creation. To bend like the bow, to sit as the lotus, to stand firm as the mountain, is to participate symbolically in that single life which appears as many facets as possible. The body as an instrument. Let the student keep this firmly in mind. The body is not to be hated nor worshipped. It is to be understood. Some scriptures warn against overvaluing posture, for the seeker may become proud of bodily skill and forget the soul. Yet the same body, properly governed, becomes a faithful instrument. It is like a lyre. If too tight, the strings break. If too loose, they make no music. The asana is the tuning. By asana, The student learns restraint without violence, effort without vanity, stillness without collapse. The practice reveals the condition of the mind. A restless mind makes a restless body. A proud mind seeks display. A dull mind sinks into heaviness. In the posture, these tendencies become visible. Thus, the mat, or the simple seat, becomes a mirror. From this mirror arises knowledge. The student begins to see how breath follows thought, how thought follows sensation, and how sensation may either bind the mind outward or lead it inward. At first, one adjusts the feet, knees, hands, shoulders, and spine. Later, one adjusts attention. Later still, if grace and perseverance permit, one enters a silence in which the posture is no longer performed but inhabited. Asana and the stilling of the mind. The aim remains the same as it has always been, the quieting of the vrittis, the waves of mind stuff. We do not practice merely to bend farther, balance longer, or appear more accomplished. We practice so that the turbulence of thought may settle, and so that the hidden self, which is not manufactured by effort, may be revealed when effort has become pure. Therefore, dear reader, take asana neither lightly nor superstitiously. Take it as the first ceremonial act of yoga, the ordering of the visible man in preparation for the discovery of the invisible one. Sit, stand, bend, breathe, and return. Be steady, be comfortable, be watchful. In such watchfulness, the gross body yields to the subtle body. The subtle body points toward the causal mystery, and the aspirant begins to understand why even the simplest posture, held with sincerity, may become a doorway to liberation.